One of the closest watched races in the Tampa Bay area is the St. Petersburg mayor's race. There were 5 people challenging incumbent Ken Welch, including former Florida Governor and Congressman Charlie Crist.
Since no candidate secured more than 50% of the vote, the top 2 will meet again in November.
It was a bare-knuckle primary. Charlie Crist had the most votes tonight and will face Welch in November. 10 Investigates Emerald Morrow joins us live tonight from St. Pete, where the mayor's watch party wrapped up just a few hours ago.
And Emerald, the mayor says voters made it clear this race is not over.
Yeah, Courtney, that's absolutely right. And he said he intends to earn every single vote of the people who did not choose to vote for him tonight. And he started that process right here tonight with highlighting what he calls some of his successes, saying that he's made the most progress on the gas plant district in 40 years. He's worked tirelessly on affordable housing and driven homicides to the lowest point in decades. He also pushed back against criticism of his hurricane recovery efforts, focusing on the $160 million in federal dollars he helped to get people to help them recover. And now the focus is gaining those new voters from the candidates who didn't win tonight. And here is his message to them.
To those who supported another candidate or are still deciding, I intend to earn your vote. Over the coming weeks, and as always, I will be in your neighborhoods, listening to residents and making the case for the progress we've made and what comes next.
And Welch now says that the playoffs are over and it's time to go to the championship game. And it's going to be up to the voters now to see who gets the title. Reporting live in St. Petersburg, Emerald Morrow, 10 Tampa Bay News.
And 10 Investigates Jennifer Titus joins us now from Charlie Crist's campaign watch party, which has since wrapped up.
Yeah, and Jen, both these candidates that are going to be facing off in November have pretty good name recognition here locally. I would argue Charlie Crist has better name recognition in part because he was the governor of the state of Florida.
Yeah, Dave, what a 77 days it is going to be, because Charlie Crist is going after those same exact voters that Ken Welch is going to be focused on. Brady Gabbard and Jim Large, both had 15% of the vote tonight. So we're going to see Charlie Crist go after those voters. He says that's what he's going to need to take this election home in November. He says he wants to get out there. He's going to be starting tomorrow. This room today filled with so much electricity, so much energy. He's going to be taking that energy with him with the next 77 days, going after those voters, letting them know his plan. That was the big jab that Ken Welch gave Charlie Crist tonight, saying that he doesn't have a plan. This is what Charlie Crist had to say to that.
I wish he weren't so negative. You know, he ought to feel good about where he ended up tonight and ought to be positive. We need more positivity in our city and in our country. And I'm not going to be negative on him tonight, because our country and our city deserve better. And I'm better than that, and he should be too.
And we'll just have to see how much positivity really comes out over the next 77 days. Not so much positivity just getting up to this point. We've seen the mailers, we've seen the ads. We just do know that this is going to be a very busy 77 days for both candidates as they try to win this vote. Again, this will be Charlie Crist's first election if he was to win for a local race, right? We saw him as Florida governor. We saw him as a congressman. This would be the first time he would hold a local municipality seat, but he says this is his hometown. This is where he was raised, and he wants to be the next mayor of this city. Guys.